Finding Meaning, Elizabeth's story. Elizabeth, who called you barren? I did. They did. We all did. When I got married, I knew I had hit the jackpot. A handsome rich man of standing, Zechariah the priest. The world was my oyster. Only good things would happen to me. I was young and naive. He was kind and sweet. The best of men, making me the luckiest woman alive. Those early years of conflict and bliss, joy in every kiss, learning to thrive, falling in love, coming together as a team, felt as good as it could get. 10 years went by, and sorrow was added to the dream. Every woman I knew who married when I did had kids by now. Here I stood alone, having everything in the world but the one thing I longed for, a child. Zechariah and I clung to the Lord with each monthly disappointment, sometimes a little less frequent, but more agonizing. I would feel my body change. A few months would go by, only to end in a flood of tears and loss. Every sound of a baby crying tore through my gut. Each time a child laughed inside, I wept. And the questions became more intense. When are you and Zechariah going to have children? Maybe you should see the doctor. Have you done something to anger God? Did you disrespect your husband? Remember David and Michael. Keep respectful. It could yet happen. I watched in pain as Zechariah was blocked from the Sanhedrin, and others questioned him. He was not fulfilling his duty to be fruitful and multiply, and in their eyes, he was disqualified. And me? I was raised to believe that motherhood was meant to be my identity. Wasn't that the definition of a woman? The foundation of my social standing? I felt like a second-class citizen. We went through treatment after treatment, and it felt that God stood by silent as I felt the stares and the judgments. Old friends withdrew, helpless in face of our torment, or frustrated at our lack of repentance from some unnamed sin. We were so desperate, we even called the exorcist, anything to fix this. But nothing worked. Zechariah and I remained faithful, prayed nightly. I copied scriptures all over our home, clung to them tightly. Stories of Sarah and Hannah, the beautiful passage in Isaiah. Single barren woman burst into song. For more are the children of the desolate woman than of her who has a husband. I pondered, I meditated. Faith blurred into desperation. Zechariah joined me and encouraged me. Our love for God and each other became our everything. But eventually, hope became excruciating. Decades passed. One day, awakened by hot flashes, grief revived afresh. Searing pain through my heart, the death of a dream. This was it, the end of our journey. Our tears had dried, replaced by overwhelming numbness. We let go, pouring our energy into efforts to bless all we saw in pain. Animal or human, it made no difference. We embraced the life we had, even though it wasn't what we wanted. And then, Zechariah was chosen. It was his turn. We had felt the stirring of excitement, this once-in-a-lifetime event. My husband would meet with God at the risk of his life, and all I could do was wait and pray. Anxiety fused with anticipation. All I knew for sure was that my life would soon change, but I had no idea what was coming. Butterflies stirred wildly inside. Waiting became unbearable. I wanted to fast forward time. My level of panic approached unmanageable. This was taking too long. What in the world was going on? When he emerged, I breathed a sigh of relief, but then he couldn't speak. The other priest stirred. He burst through the crowd, gesticulating wildly, but I knew he wanted me. I approached, unable to see what he held in his hand. When he showed me, I gasped. God said it is now time to be pregnant? Now? Now that the energy of youth had passed and my heart had let go of my dream, and it suddenly made sense that all I had been through was for this. I wasn't cursed. There wasn't something wrong with me. I was taking my place among the chosen, ready to protect this gift at any cost. I went into seclusion. It was too much for anyone to comprehend God's choice of me. So when my cousin Mary arrived, another piece fell into place. She was young and I was old. I had faced disgrace, the kind she would soon know. I had wisdom to impart, love to give. I carried the voice that would cry in the wilderness and had the privilege to witness the arrival of God in the flesh. My pain not wasted, my disgrace turned into glory. I knelt in gratitude and thanked God for choosing me. Perhaps in this Christmas season, you have faced pain, disgrace, suffering. I pray that in the right time, God will also show you the meaning. What you've been through is a badge of honor, birthing through you a voice that prepares others to experience the presence of the one who resurrected my womb, took away my disgrace, and will resurrect you too, removing all shame. Merry Christmas.